Hey, everybody. Yes. Y'all come on in here. Come on in the room. We're going to have a conversation tonight. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Yes. Oh, look, let me say this. Wherever y'all stay at, is it thunder and lightning in the bottom that fell out? Because that's what didn't happen here. That's what happened here. But anyway, I apologize for being late again. But y'all know what? It wasn't my doing. It wasn't my doing. It really wasn't. Cause y'all know I be transparent with y'all. After I warm the food up and stuff, I'm out here. Y'all remember that camera I told y'all I got? Okay, so I'm setting my camera because I took it down to take it in the house and go over some things and learn how to use it. So when I go to put the camera back up, how about that bitch ain't come back on? I mean, excuse me. But it ain't came back on. I'm like, oh my gosh, what? Oh my gosh. The camera did not come back on. So I kept messing with it. I kept saying, what in the world? I mean, it's plugged up. Everything is like it is, you know. So I got on the phone. It was talking to Canon, the people I got it from. They was telling me to do it. As I tell you what, I got a solution. That's what I'm using my FaceTime camera. And that's the first time I ever used my iMac FaceTime camera. Very first time. So if the quality look a little bit different, that's why. But I got to see what is wrong with this camera, why it did not come on. I was like, oh no, look at the devil here. But I'm in this bitch. I'm up in here. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to have a conversation. Y'all excuse me. Y'all know how Miss J go now. That's how we do. But first off, let me say welcome to what? Miss J Speaks Talk Show and Podcast 2. Okay? Now, if you're watching and you see that little red light just a blinking and a twinking and a blinking and a twinking, that means you're watching your queen live. Okay, where's my queen? In the house. I mean, look, y'all, I was running out here from my house to my studio in the pouring rain because I left my umbrella. But anyway, you're watching me live. But if you watch it and you don't see that little red thing, just a flicking and the blinking, just a flicking and the blinking, that means you watching Miss J on the replay, and y'all know Miss J appreciate it from the start. But tonight's topic, and again, I apologize for being late, but if it wasn't for that camera won't coming on, I would have been here 9:30, like I said. But anyway, tonight's topic, fatherless daughters. Now, y'all know how a lot of times I get my topics, right? A lot of times people inboxing me, but then I ran across a Facebook video that gave me because honestly, I was going to put this on the back burner till like 4-5 months down the line. But I ran across a Facebook video and I watched that video. That was my confirmation that I need to do this. That was my confirmation. And maybe one day I get the young lady up here, when she's ready to tell her story. But I watched that video and I said, this is my confirmation. I need to do this. Fatherless daughters. Now we're going to talk about this. It may get uncomfortable. It may not, because y'all know Miss J don't do that on. I don't do that. I don't do that on purpose to make anybody feel uncomfortable. I don't ever do that. So, first off, let me go ahead and say this. Y'all know when I raise my hand, I'm talking about myself, right? See, I can relate to this because I'm one of them ones, fatherless daughters. Yeah. See, no shame in my game. No shame in my game at all. Period. And then when I was doing this research, a lot of stuff. See, when you start digging this stuff, y'all know how you say that hindsight to come in. I am a fatherless daughter. I am. I can relate to this. No shame in my game. And it's not. I'm not ashamed of it. I've been on it. And we're going to talk about this. So I'm with any other my fatherless daughters out here. I stand with you because I am definitely one. No shame in my game. And like I said, somebody... Yeah, my drink too, y'all. Wait a minute, I got some drink in my refrigerator. Some people might not want to talk about this, but we're going to talk about this tonight. We're going to do that, okay? And y'all know I'm all about what? Informational, empowering, okay? Enlightening, okay? Y'all know my mottos now. Y'all know the 6 things that I want my show to give people when you watch it, okay? Empowering, all right? Informational, enlightening, empowering. And I can never say that word. Empower, to empower you. Let me put it that way. To empower you. Healing, truth. You got it? So that's what I'm all about. Educational. That's the 6th one. Educational. So we're going to get into it because I already held y'all 30 minutes late. It's okay. But your queen is up in here. All right. So, and I've already checked my other platforms, make sure that my body was being seen for what happened the last time. Y'all know I was up here 30 minutes talking. My body wasn't even being seen at all. But anyway, when we talk about fatherless daughters, if anybody want to come up, and have, join in on the conversation, give your opinion about it. Y'all know how I do. I don't mind nobody coming up here with me. Don't be ashamed. But now if you want to come up and don't show your face, that's fine. It's a way you can do that too. You just had a conversation. Because y'all would never want anybody to feel uncomfortable on my platform, okay? But I did, or I was in the process of putting a link. Let me put the link in the comments. Because we need to have this conversation. When I was on that video, that live, when I saw I was in this person live, that was my confirmation. Because I was not gonna do this right now. I was gonna put this on the back burner. But no, we need to talk about this. Because there's a lot of fatherless daughters out here, fatherless women out here, okay? That went from daughter to grown women. All right. So we're gonna get into this. Let me put this in the comments that might want to come up. Okay, Karika, you up here with me, right? Because it's not, for some reason, I need to call this company. Karika, I'm gonna send it to you in your inbox, and can you copy and paste it in here for me? Because for some reason I can't even do that neither. But I'm gonna send it to you, the link to come up here, but you copy and paste it up on this video for me. See, so it's always, because I just tried to do it and it gave me an error, and I need to contact the company because I'm supposed to be able to put that link in here up under my comments right now without no problem. I'm supposed to be able to do that. So Karika, I'm getting ready to send it to you and your in Messenger, and you just do me a favor, just copy and paste it and put it up here. So anybody want to come up and have this conversation with me, more welcome to do it. And again, I am not, I will not, and I am not and will not intentionally try to make anyone feel, I just said it to you, uncomfortable, okay? So when we talk about fatherless daughters / women, sit there right there. When we talk about that, right? What are we talking about? When we say fatherless daughter, what does the word, okay, get out of my way now. What does the word fatherless daughter means? Now, I know when I say this, it's going to click in somebody's head. What does the word fatherless daughter, what does that mean? What does the word fatherless daughter mean? It means lack of an emotional bond between a daughter and her father. But not limited, but a daughter and her father, get my mouth right, due to, but not limited to, a divorce, abuse, addiction, or incarceration. That can have a child to be fatherless. Okay? Those things right there: death, divorce, incarceration, or addiction, and abandonment, where, yeah, you my child, but I'm gonna leave you and going about my business. Now I abandon you now. Those 4, 1, 2, 3, those 5 things. That's the word. But now let's break fatherless daughter down in the psychology way. We've heard of the term. It's a term called fatherless daughter syndrome. Fatherless daughter syndrome. But it's better known as daddy issues. Boom. There it is. It's better known as daddy issues. How many heard that term? I done heard it all my life. Daddy issues. Dad, if it won't say it to me, it was said that, I hear somebody say, yeah, she got daddy issues. That's what it's called, fatherless daughter syndrome. But the psychology word of it is, the street word is daddy issues. Now we're going to dive into that. We're going to dive into it. So when we talk about daddy issues, what do y'all really think that means and constitutes when we're talking about daddy issues. Because there's a lot of us out here that have them. There's a lot of teenagers right now going through daddy issues. Young ladies going through daddy issues. But what does the word daddy issue mean? What constitutes someone having daddy issues? Not the fact that daddy, you don't have a relationship with them, abandonment, or they incarcerate, or they on drugs and you don't see them. But what constitutes having daddy issues? What is the meaning of daddy issues? Daddy issues. Here we go. They are an adult challenges and emotion disorder that stems from issues and trust and a lack of self-esteem that leads to a cycle of, here we go. It leads to a cycle of repeated dysfunctional decisions in relationships with men. Either growing up with an absent father or having an abnormal or poor relationship with your father who is physically present. Daddy issues. Did y'all get that? Even though your father's there, but you got issues. You got a poor relationship with him. Even though your father's there. Even though he's there present. And repeated dysfunctional decisions and relationships with men. Lack of self-esteem that leads to a cycle of repeated dysfunctional relationship decisions with men. Daddy issues. Daddy issues. Daddy issues. Let me see if anybody, I don't want to miss no comments. Because I had to set everything up different here, y'all. That's why I just look crammed up in here because I had to, crazy. It's just crazy. I'm going to take care of this. Thank you, Karika. Daddy issues. Daddy issues. That's what daddy issue means. It are adult challenges. I'm going to say it again. Adult challenges and emotional disorder that stems from issues with trust and lack of self-esteem that leads to a cycle of repeated dysfunctional decisions in relationships with men. Either growing up with an absent father or having an abnormal or poor relationship with your father who is still present. Daddy issues, okay? So now you say, okay, Miss J, so yeah, okay, we know about daddy issues, but I want to know, is it any kind of way you can let us know any kind of symptom? Yes, it is. I'm going to give them to you. What are the symptoms of fatherless daughter syndrome? It's symptoms. And somebody gonna recognize them somewhere down the line, even be truthful to yourself. That's all you gotta do is be truthful to yourself. The symptoms of fatherless daughter syndrome, better known as what? Daddy issues. Better known as daddy issues. I'm going to give it to you. First one, self-esteem issues. A lot of times, the kids will blame themselves when their daddy leaves them. They blame themselves. And they might not say it to you, but they said it to themselves. My dad, or they might have told their friend, I believe my daddy left because of me. Kids will do that. Ask me how I know about it. Kids will blame themselves because their father left. Okay? Struggling with intimate relationships. Struggling with intimate relationships. Just have problems back to back. And it's a reason for that. I'm going to tell you, it's a reason for that. They are prone to eating disorder susceptible to depression, premature sexual activity or promiscuity, being promiscuous, just laying with men after men after men after men, daddy issues, prone to drug addiction, susceptible to just being angry all the time, just mad all the time. Just mad all the time. Don't know why, just mad. Daddy issues. And poverty. Not even trying to do nothing. Just gonna stay right there in that poverty. Poverty, I ain't trying to do nothing. I'm gonna stay right here. Poverty. These are symptoms of it's called fatherless daughter syndrome. Self-esteem issues, struggling with intimate relationships, prone to eating disorders, susceptible to depression, premature sexual activities, just being promiscuous all over the place at an early age. At an early age. Next thing you done found out your daughter 9 years old, 10 years old, Ashley came and told you that she done had sex and Joe told you all about it. Now, especially the dad ain't there. At 9 years old, 10 years old, 11 years old, they sitting there telling you already, they flew it. And you thinking they wasn't. And they gonna and you sort of believe them, but you don't believe it, and they're gonna tell you, yeah, Mom, I'm gonna tell you what happened there and what we did. And they sit there and tell you. And then you get the little boy and ask him, catch him off guard, just tell him, I'm not gonna be mad at you. But have you and blah 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 had sex with her? And he gonna tell you, yes, ma'am. 9, 10, 11 years old. Daddy issues. Okay? And susceptible to anger, prone to addiction. 9 out of 10, get out here and get on drugs. Trying to take that feeling away from them of that abandonment feeling. My daddy just left me. I ain't seen my daddy but one time. He told me he was coming back from the store. 25 years later, I still ain't seen my daddy. He ain't called, nothing like that. See, getting out here smoking them drugs, trying to cover all that up. But babies, that's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. It'll get that feeling away from you for a while. If you start about thinking about it, it'll get that feeling from you for a while. It will. But what else is it going to do for you? What else is it going to do for you? Get you strung out on drugs then. Yes, get you strung out on drugs. Okay? So when we talk about daddy issues, fatherless daughters, now we got to ask ourselves, how does that affect a woman or a daughter of your daughter or a female? How does it impact your child? How does that impact your child for being a fatherless daughter? How does that bother them? How does that hurt them? What does it do to them? What does it do to them? Being a fatherless child, fatherless daughter. Now I am going to do the same thing since I'm doing daughters. Oh, I'm gonna come into fatherless boys, young men. Oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I started to do it together, but I didn't want to hold y'all too long. So I'm coming right back with a part 2, and we're gonna talk about fatherless sons. We're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna look at my schedule tomorrow. Who knows? I might come back tomorrow early. I know it's Sunday, I know, but I might come on back tomorrow and do the fatherless sons. But like I said, I was gonna do both of them together, but I said, because I do not want to hold y'all too long. Because I appreciate y'all being in here. But how does this affect that daughter being a fatherless daughter? First of all, they're gonna have feelings of abandonment. See, I can talk about that because I know that. Like I said, I'm a product. I am a victim of fatherless daughter. Yes. Yes, no shame in my game. And I tell y'all about it. Feeling of abandonment, rejection, low self-esteem, low self-worth. Just feel like you just deserve every damn thing they're gonna give you, but you don't. Fatherless daughters may struggle with their identity, trust, and intimacy, as well as the absence of a positive male role model. Now, see, you can see this daughter struggling with their identity, struggling with trusting you, trusting the man, period, trusting me, and period. Even if they got a brother, they don't trust him, but he's a man. He's a man. Okay. What the impact of what are the impacts on fatherless daughters? And again, feelings of abandonment, rejection, and low self-esteem and low self-worth. They may struggle with their identity, trust, and intimacy, as well as the absence of a positive, just not having a positive male figure in your life. Trust, intimacy, yeah. Low self-worth, low self-esteem, feeling abandoned. Why he didn't want me? Why my dad don't call me? Yeah, those kind of feelings that comes up in you. See, we all got that little child, this fraud here, Sigmund Freud. We all got that little it's called an id, child id. We all got it in us. We got the little girl in us. And that little girl, yes, believe it or not, daddy's little girl, they yearn as a little girl, you yearn for your father. See, because you look at your father's supposed to be your protector. Y'all getting this? Your father's supposed to be your protector. That's the way little girls look at their father, as my protector. My daddy gonna protect me. hmm Mama gonna be there, but my daddy gonna protect me. That's the way little girls see their father. I am my daddy's little girl. My daddy gonna check. He gonna protect me. But now when daddy leave, say he going out of town on a business trip, and you ain't seen him in 30 years. That's a problem. Now you abandonment. Now that feeling of abandonment starts seeping in. And believe it or not, that stuff will sneak back on. I'll talk about it in a few minutes. That'll sneak back up on you too, if you ain't dealt with it. If you ain't dealt with it, okay? If you ain't dealt with it. But now, what does the I want to ask this? What does the Bible say about fatherless daughters? What does the Bible say about fatherless daughters? Anybody know? What does the Bible say about fatherless daughters? I'm going to tell you. Psalm 68, verse 5. Father of the fatherless. Father of the fatherless. I want y'all to get this. And protector of widows is God in his holy habitation. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Mother of the motherless, father of the fatherless. Psalm 68 and 5. That's what the Bible say about fatherless daughters. I will be your father for you. That's what the Bible say about fatherless daughters. Psalm 68 and 5. Father of the fatherless and protector of widows is God in his holy habitation. Mother of the motherless and father of the fatherless. That's what the Bible says about fatherless daughters. I will be your father. Okay? So now we done looked at, I told you about the fatherless daughter syndrome. We done looked at the meaning of daddy issues, which is called, the street name is daddy issues. We done looked at the name of it. We looked at the psychology of daddy issues. But now let's take a look at this. How important is it for a daughter to have a father in their life period? How important is it, okay? How important is it for a daughter to have a father in her life? How important is it? Do you think it's important to, how important is it for a daughter to have a father in her life? Now, what I'm talking about is this: fatherless daughters. That's the topic. What I mean by that is, yeah, I got this baby by you, but I ain't gonna come. I don't. Your child, your daughter ain't seen the daddy in 2 years, 5 years, 15 years, or period, or just don't you come around no more. We went over there and got a whole other family out of state somewhere. Fatherless daughters. So how important it is to have a father, for a daughter to have their father in their life? How important is it? I know it's important to have mothers. I get it. It is. But just fathers are like mothers. They are the most important pillar in the development of a child's emotional well-being. And I'm going to tell y'all why. I'm going to say that again. He's the most important part in a daughter. Most important part for the development of a child's emotional well-being. See, children look for their fathers to be stern with them, lay down the law. You see what I'm saying? Um, and lay down the law and make sure they enforce that law too. Lay rules down. They look for that. They look for that. That's what children look for. Daughters be looking for. Lay the law down, daddy. And then I told you now, they're looking at daddy as their protector. Okay? And I also provide a feeling of security, protection, both physical and emotional. Provide a feeling of security, both physical and emotional. That makes up what the child's emotional well-being. That's where the emotional well-being come in. See, because if their emotional well-being is not on track, that daughter gonna be in chaos the rest of her life if she don't get help. That's why how it's important for a daughter to have a father in their life, because it helps develop their well-being. Explain to you. Example. Your daddy can teach you how to deal with men. Thank you for sharing, Karika. Why do daughters need their fathers? Why do they need their fathers? They depend on their fathers for security and emotional support and protection. That father going to show his daughter what is a good relationship. A father shows his daughter what a good relationship looks like with a man. That father going to teach that daughter what to look for in a man and what not to look for in a man. Where you run. And if a father is loving and gentle, his daughter will look for that daughter gonna look for exactly those characteristics that her daddy got. Especially if he's just on the money, he's just so loving and so giving, that provider for that family, so hands on. When I mean hands on, he come home, he kissing mama, he got the children. Y'all babies come here. I love y'all. Let me see what y'all did in school day. See, he gonna look for that kind of. She gonna look for that kind of characteristic and quality in a man. Cause then what daddy gonna have her and show her what to do, how to do that. That's why it's important for that man to be in that daughter's life. That's why. If a father is loving and gentle, his daughter will look for those qualities in a man when she's old enough to begin dating. Exactly. You see, I got a comment. Karika said, I absolutely appreciate my dad and my relationship. I know you do. I know you do, Karika. I know you do. She said, he has always been there. My grandfather as well, so supportive. That makes a difference. Believe it or not, that makes a difference. It really does. Thank you for your comment, Karika. I appreciate your comment, baby. That makes a difference. It really does. Now, let me say this. Because I told y'all, see, I'm a victim, a product, a victim, whatever. Not a victim. I'm a product of being a fatherless daughter. Now, I knew of him. He knew of me. I would see him from time to time. But all of a sudden, because now as I got older, I know as a child now I won't see him none. But I think I was around about 15, 16 when I started asking questions. What's going on? And I found out who he was. Yes, I made it my business to call his house. I sure did. I sure did. And I would call his name, Charles Harrison. Charles Harrison. Yes. 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 My daddy. Mm-hmm. And I would call his house. And but see, unbeknownst to me, I was going to school with my brothers by him, but I didn't know it. But every now and then when I would see them at school, I would look at them and then I would just see my daddy. But I just never said anything. This is the truth. Y'all know me, I keep it 100. But when I found out who he was, yes, I would call his house. Yeah. The wife would hang up on me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it was okay. Because as I got older, 17, 18 years old, that's when I had face-to-face conversations with him. You see what I'm saying? I had face-to-face conversations with him. And we had our little meeting spot where we would meet off and on. We would meet. I would call him. He would call me. We would meet. But that didn't happen till I was like 16, 17, 18 years old. So we talk about birth all the way up until then. Now, after a while, that ceased because the wife got involved. I'm just keeping it 100. That's the truth. Stop dealing with me. Stop dealing with me. But it was okay. It really was. It was okay because I did get to see him. Maybe it's like a year or two. We had our little special little meeting place. We would meet, whatever, hang out a little bit. Then after a while, that stopped. That ceased. I didn't feel that salty about it. But I got my questions answered. Did I say that right? Yeah, I got my questions answered. Yeah, I did that. See, I'm one of them ones that is a product of a baby by a married man. Like I say, don't shame my game. So this is what happens when that happens. See, because the man gonna go on about his business. The man, and this, now I got a show coming about dealing with married men because there's some questions I want to ask, and I'm gonna ask one of them questions. This is why I never understood why women did that. And men too. Men, they got some trouble in it too. But see, I was a product of that. So that was another issue why he won't there going all the way up to 16, 17, maybe 17 years old. Yeah, I was in 11th grade, 17 years old. Yep, 17 years old when I first started reaching out. Mm-hmm. But then about a year or two, went on by this business because the wife got involved. No, you blah, blah, blah. That stopped. That stopped. They really did. But now, the good thing, now let me say this because I got to get this out. The good thing to me about being a fatherless daughter, and some of us, so I talk about myself, And some of us, we will develop determined spirits to survive. See, I was one of them one. See, I didn't see, it depends on you. It depends. Now, I'm bottom line. Y'all know my bottom line. I'm getting ready to end it. I'm bottom line in this, right? I'm bottom line in this. Uh, and another positive about being a fatherless daughter, like I said, we develop determined spirits and survival very early on. And see, I was determined. I was determined. I was not going to be that one that, yeah, I found out the situation about my daddy, and I'm just not going to do nothing with my life. I'm just going to suck in all of it. See, I was determined not to do. I was determined not to do that. That was why I chose. I graduated high school. I graduated college. Yes, yes. See, I was determined to do that. You have a determined spirit of survival, and that's what I did. That's to me. That's a. It's a lot of that in a lot of us. That's why I say us, because I'm not there with you. I stand in solidarity with you because I'm one of them. Fatherless daughters, having determined spirits and survival very early on. We are loyal friends. We we are loyal friends and can love like no other. See that right there? I can relate to that because on the top row, when I love you, I love you. That's the thing of being a fatherless daughter. You see what I'm saying? That's a good part. That's a good thing out of it. When you love, you love. You love hard. When you love hard. But ultimately, we just want to give love and to be loved because we may be a bit rusty or confused. We will fall into relationships traps by picking the wrong partners. Yeah, see, I can relate to that too. I can relate to that too. Mhm. We may go after men who are similar to our fathers or decide to stay away from men altogether. Some women do that. Some women decide just stay away from men, period. Some women decide to do that because it hurts so bad. But the bottom line is this right here, my loves. Those of us, yes, yes, me. Yes, me. I'm including myself. That's why I said those of us that are victims too, just to know that and remember that healing and growth are possible. Healing and growth are possible. Just remember that. Healing and growth is possible to do. But see, you gotta do that. You gotta want to do that. Like I said, I could have chose to just be one of the ones that's got out here and did, but now I can say that the part about the promiscuity, I didn't do none of that. You hear me honest now? I didn't. I didn't do no drugs. I didn't get out here and get a dick now. I didn't do that. But I felt that abandonment issue. I felt that. I blame myself. See, children, I told you children to do that. But in all reality, it's not that child's fault. That young girl, that the baby's fault that their father's not there. They get out here and make them, and then they want to leave you and go on somewhere else. It's important for that daughter to have her father in her life. I don't mean that one that come today to spend the night and then you'll see him again next week. No, that daddy gotta be there, be there. Now, if you're not together, but you come up with a thing, look, every other weekend you need to get her, and that's what you do. Don't and I never understood why women do this. And I'm just keeping 100. Why do some women keep their children or daughter away from the father? See, I never understood that. I never understood. That's just That's just being mean. That's just being mean. Now, if something had happened, I could see if he didn't, did some criminal stuff, towards your child. I get that. I get that. Now, a lot of them hold him because of child support, but you don't give him. Now, I don't feel like, this is my opinion. I don't feel like no child, whether it's a girl or boy, should be held from their parent just because they're not paying child support. See, because you're not hurting that man, so to speak. You're really hurting that child, them children. You really are. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. See, if they get old and start having a voice, the first thing probably coming out of my mouth, well, Mom, you the reason why I don't have a relationship with my daddy, because you kept us from him. See, all that little mediocre shit right there, that's kind of stuff can be worked out. It can. But your children need to know their father, who their father is. Who the father is, who they stay with, where they at, the phone number, what job they work for, the job on the job, phone them on the job. They need to know all of that. Because that's their dad. That's their dad. But a lot of women walk right here thinking that you hurting that man, but you're hurting your child. Because trust me, when that child get up some age and they got a voice, I bet you a damn $1,000. It's gonna come out of their mouth when they get mad or get to crying or having one of them meltdowns because they got this feeling now. I want to see my daddy. I ain't seen my dad in 5 years, Mom. You won't let him come see me, because he ain't kept giving you no money. Trust me, it's gonna come out of their mouth. You the reason why I don't have a relationship with my daddy. Because you're keeping me from him. Because you mad at the other woman. You don't do no mess like that. See, let me tell you when you grown. Let me tell you when you grown. When you grown, when you gonna sit up in the same room with your ex's wife, and y'all in there hee ha ha up the upside, get along real good. See, that's when you grown. But if you still walk around here not letting your children see the daddy because he with somebody else, you're wrong. And you got a lot of damn growing up to do. But when you grown, when you don't see, this is growth when you can do that. When you can sit in that room with your ex's wife or your ex's fiance or your ex's girlfriend, and y'all just having it up, y'all, and she invite you to the cookouts or whatever, that's growth. But see, when you ain't got to that part yet, or you still stagnant right there where you is. I'm just bringing it to you like it is. That's growth when you can do that. That's growth when that woman calling on the phone, yo, look, we cooking out. Bring the kids on. See the kids want to come, bring them on. That's growth. That's growth. Now, hell no, my kids ain't going over there with that bitch. See, that's not growth. And that's not being grown. I don't care how old you are, 40 years old, 50 years old, if you still doing that, you ain't had no growth in your life yet. It's growth when you can go sit at a dinner table with your exes, anything, and y'all having a good time. Nobody's mad. Kids out there playing. Everybody having a good time. That's growth. That's growth, y'all. But if you cannot do that, you are still stagnant right there, and you are hurting your child or children. And they're gonna tell you when they get up some age, it's gonna come out of their mouth. They're gonna get brave one day and say, "You the reason why I don't have that shit with my dad anymore. You the reason why, and I hate you for that. I hate you for that." That's gonna come out of their mouth. And you know what? And then nothing you should better do about it. But sit there and look at them and say, "You know what? You're right. I was wrong." And then you got time to correct that. But again, when you can go and sit at a barbecue or go to a dance or go whatever where your ex is at and everybody's having a good time and it ain't no animosity. Yo, what's up? Playing spades and all that. That's growth. Oh girl, yeah, can I come pick the kid? I want to pick the children up. That's what that. Look, I'm going shopping with the dad and other children that she got by. I want to pick yours. Can I pick them up and take them shopping too? Yeah, girl, come on and get them. You damn right, come get them and take them shopping too. See, when you can do that, that's growth. That's growth, y'all. Stop thinking you hurting that man by keeping your daughter away from him. You're hurting your child. Then after a while, you start noticing them in school now. Things will start changing. Their attitude, or they're talking back to you. Grades will start failing. It'll been 5 years since they seen the daddy, going on 6 years. They ain't even heard from you. Won't even let them call him. Don't do that, y'all. Don't do that. Somebody got to put the big woman drawers on and start doing what's right. And let that daughter see her daddy. Let that man see his daughter. Even if you don't want to be there, get somebody else there to go to Chuck E. Cheese with him while he with him, to meet at Chuck E. Cheese. If you don't want to be there, stop keeping your daughter away from their father. Stop that. I'm telling you, you're not. I know it's hurting him, but you are damaging your daughter. You are damaging your daughter. I hope somebody's listening to me. Y'all send the reactions. Like I feel like I'm saying somewhere, get some reactions, some hearts or something, or some stars or something. And y'all do what y'all want to do with me. I appreciate anything y'all do. But I'm serious. Stop doing that. If anybody's watching me that knows somebody's doing that, show them this video. I said it. Stop doing your daughter like that. Let that man see his child. You're not, like I said, it's killing him. Yeah. But you're damaging your daughter. You're damaging your daughter. You are damaging your daughter because you still mad. What are you getting out of that? You mad? I get your ass somewhere and say, no, you ain't going over there. Why not? Let that daughter go see her dad. Even if you don't want to supervise it, if you don't want to take her, there's somebody that's taken to the meeting place, halfway to a meeting place. But y'all stop. If some of y'all are doing that, I'm telling you, you're damaging your child. That daughter need her daddy. Because if you don't, you're going to get a knock at the door. It's going to be Tyrone. Chains all around his neck all the way to his ankles. Chains. Gold chains. 95 gold teeth in his mouth. Can't hardly talk to you, but he doesn't have time to talk to you, though. He's trying to talk to you. You're going to get one of them at your door for your daughter. And that's what she's going to start going after. See, because she ain't forgot about what you did to her. How you let her see her daddy. She ain't forgot about it. She ain't forgot about it. So now she's going to get back at you. Because she can start dating them doughboys, all of that. All the ones you against, that's what she going to start dealing with. Okay? Anybody got anything they want to say? Anybody got any questions? Let me see what Karika said. Even all of that I'm going through with my son's father, and I still allow him to see his father. I would never keep him from his father. My son idolizes his father. That relationship matters. I don't give a fuck about him and I. It's all about Zane and his father. Exactly, Karika. Exactly, Karika. That part right there. See, that's what started going on. Some of the women still got feelings for that man. So now they just don't want that daughter to be around. No, you don't do that. It's time for some growth. It's time for some growth. It is. It's time for some growth. My dad said, I gotta show my daughters what real love is. Come on now, Papa. That's right. My dad said, I gotta show my daughters what real love is. So when a man comes around, he won't be what we won't be wild. Yeah, we won't be wild when a man said he love us. There we go. There we go. Because you're gonna know what it is. you're going to know what it is. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So tonight's topic, I thank y'all for coming in here. Anything else anybody want to say real quick? Thank y'all for coming in here. And again, I apologize for being late, but Miss J is up in here. I got to see what's going on with this camera. But anyway, the topic tonight was fatherless daughters. And like I said, I can relate that because I'm one of them, and no shame in my game. I told my story. Um, Thank y'all for coming in here. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for those that stuck in here with me. That's on my face. That's on my YouTube. That's watching. I really appreciate that. I really, really do. Y'all share this out. Share it out. Share it out. Share it out. Okay. So with that being said, Ms. Jess, get ready to get up out of here. Thank y'all. Told y'all I won't try to keep y'all so long. And again, I'm sorry for being late like I did. I didn't mean it. But that was beyond my control. It really was. I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. Thank you.